Folks, it's a sad day, but I think I've got an injured bird, and I'm not sure yet if she'll get better. I'm not sure yet what the problem actually is. Hang on, now I got a renegade. Come here. Come here. You get in there. You get in there. Little escapee. Okay. Sorry about that. Definitely can't have her running away. Anyway, so this barred rock here, as you can see, she's a little hobbled. Notice as she walks, she tries to balance with her wing. Now she's standing right now, and she puts a little bit of weight on her right foot, but she's not all that she could be. I mean, you see the other ones walking around having no problem, but she's hurt. I mean, see, she wants to lay down right away all the time. I don't know what happened to her. I did have, when I first released them, my idiot dog tried to grab one through the fence. That was my biggest fear, was how the dogs would react to her, or to the chickens. My chocolate lab doesn't care one bit. My yellow lab wants to kill anything that flies. So she actually, one of the barred rocks, I don't know which one of them got a little too close to the fence, and it was over here. It was standing here on the ramp. And you can see I put boards there now, but there was just open wire, and the bird was just standing there. She actually hit this wire, the dog did, hard enough that she managed to get a couple of feathers off of the bird. But I looked at them, I didn't see any that were bleeding, any that were hurt at the time, but now this one is showing this gimp. Now that was over a week ago that she did that the dog, got some feathers. And just now, yesterday and today, she started to develop this sort of handicap. So I don't know for sure what it is. My wife was looking at her, and she thought it's obviously her right leg that she's favoring, and my wife thought that it was something to do with her knee, as she said, right here. Now she can still bend her toes. Let me see if I can get a little better video here, but she's I've poked at her foot like this, and right now she's kind of letting me just do what I want. But she has still bent her toes, so she has some mobility. But she really lets that leg hang pretty loose. But see, I'm sitting here right now. I'm wiggling her elbow. Let me see if I put the camera down here. Maybe y'all can see. I don't know what you guys can see. I'm sorry. Let's see. Let me try one thing. Oh, I can't switch the view. Anyway, she'll let me bend her foot back and forth and bend her knee, and she doesn't squawk or raise any sort of fuss. But there's definitely something wrong with it. I don't know if it'll get better, but the reason I wanted to make this video, and this is what I explained to my wife, is because the harsh reality is, with a bird like this, odds of finding a vet that could treat it for any reasonable amount of money are pretty much slim to none. And the fact is, this bird, I bought her maybe 6 or 7 weeks ago for $4.50, and so right now she's worth about probably $5 if anybody was looking to buy birds. Look at that little golden just walked right over like nothing to it. But anyway, the fact is, this is what I told my wife, if you can't find a vet that can fix her leg for $5, then she's pretty much done for. I mean, that's just it. And it's a gruesome and it's a sad thought to think about, but it's the fact of life. If she were out in the wild and she got wounded like this, she'd probably been dead already. A predator would have gotten her. So I'm going to watch her for a couple more days, see if she shows any improvement. She still gets around. She gets around by flapping her wings and helping herself out, but I mean, I don't know if she's going to be able to keep up with the other birds competitively. As long as I keep plenty of food and water in here, maybe she'll be okay, but she's certainly going to fall behind. My hope at this point is that she'll survive long enough that she can get to a decent butcher weight, and then I'll take her out. But worst case scenario is I just reach in just like this and grab my hand around her little neck like that and then just swing her around. And I know that sounds awful, and I know maybe that's going to make some of you guys cry, but that's the truth. You just, real quick, whip them around a few times, it breaks their neck, and they're dead. They probably never even feel it. So that's kind of the way you got to handle them, as I like to put it in politically correct terms, to dispatch an animal. When I was in high school, I used to work at a large-scale hog confinement, and we would come across baby piglets where the mama pig had sat on them or done something to where she'd broken a leg or crushed their hind end. And I mean, the real life truth of it is, you grab that little piglet and you slapped its head against a concrete wall and you killed it, because you cannot afford to, nor can you feasibly save it and fix that broken leg. And the value of that pig is not all that much when it's a newborn piglet. So you just have to be honest with yourself here. You have to remember these are livestock. These are animals. They're not humans. You can't treat them like humans. So anyway, like I said, I just wanted to kind of share that with you guys. You know, people that are thinking about getting birds, getting into, you know, keeping chickens and whatnot, you got to be prepared to deal with situations like this. You got to know how to handle it. You got to get read up on your education, so you know how to work it. I mean, you can see, here's another concern. You see how the other birds just walk on her. They stand all over her. So they don't care that she's wounded. They're not looking out for her. And this is a very serious situation where she might end up getting actually trampled and suffocated. So, like I said, if she doesn't show some improvement in the next couple of days as far as being able to get up on her feet and get walking around, we'll probably end up, like I said, dispatching her. And if the time comes, I'm not going to make a video of the actual dispatching, but I will give you guys an update and let you know that it happened. Or I'm sure I'll mention it sometime in the future that I had to get rid of one. So that's just kind of where things stand right now. As you can see, the Americanas, they're getting quite large. Good looking birds. I like them. They're pretty. They're colorful. I've got all sorts of scraps I threw out here. Some oranges. They don't seem to care too much for the citrus. I've got oranges and clementines in here. And I did just give them a handful of green grass sprouts or oat sprouts. Some of that sprouting chicken feed is what it was out of the garden, actually. And they cleaned that up pretty quick, and they're looking for more. So maybe I'm going to get them another handful. But like I said, back to the fact at hand. There she is. She's laid up. She's not looking good. Real test will be tonight. I'll see if she even gets back in the coop tonight or if she just stays laying out here in the run. But like I said, we'll keep a close eye on her, and the harsh reality is she may be done for.